Jasper, what do we got here? We've got storage of sparkling wine.
Yes, so in the process we start with base wine. We put it into tirage, which means we add some yeast and a little bit of sugar to the wine after making the base wine. And then once it's tiraged, that goes through secondary fermentation for about 30 to 45 days. That's to develop that fine mousse, that bubbles in the wine that you see. So that kind of that locks the CO2 in under the wine. So how that happens is when we put this base wine in bottle, we put it under crown seal, so as like a beer bottle almost. And then the stuff you see in there is the yeast lees and some bentonite that we use to kind of settle the wine afterwards.
Just move that around a bit, maybe into the light, maybe we can see it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's your yeast lees that you have in the wine there. That gives it that autolytic character, so that gives it mouthfeel and all that richness from keeping that lees in there. So once the wine's been stored here for 18 months to 10 years, depending on what style you're trying to make. If you're trying to make a, say, non-vintage rosé or a Brut Reserve that we do, we leave those on lees in bottle for about roughly 24 to 30 months. So yeah, it sits on that lees in these bins on a horizontal like that. So you have that beautiful lees layer at the bottom. In this room, it's constantly 16 degrees roughly, winter and summer. What happens after that process is we will repack these wines into Riddling cages, which is in a machine over here that we'll talk about. Just before we go there,
yeah,
I'll pull a bottle out of here and just show you. So in that riddling machine, what happens on a very slow basis is we want to get all the solids in the bottom of the bottle to that front end so we can freeze it and pop it out, shove a cork in and send it to market. So what we're trying to do in that riddling machine is this process of moving the bottle, and then that lees is stubborn today in this bottle, doesn't want to move. I'm going to grab another one. So in this bottle, you can probably, I don't know if the camera.
Yeah, that's working.
So what we're trying to do is move this bottle to a upright position and slowly get all this lees to move. So as you can see, if I do this too fast, now I've already put stuff in suspension in that bottle. So it needs to happen really slowly.
Yep.
So that all that solid matter can travel to the front. So these bottles are all in that horizontal position, and we want to get them to that vertical. So what this machine would do with this cage is it's on a sprocket system here where every 30 minutes it clicks onto one of the next sprockets. So it just moves itself. And then also in that 30 seconds, it will do a 90-degree rotation of this cage. So this cage will go from there to bloop and one step over. So it takes about 6 to 7 days for this cage to get from this position to the complete vertical. What happens then is slowly that solid matter moves to the front.
Yep.
Once it hits the front, we'll take the cages out of here and then run them into the winery and put them through a whole process there where we freeze the neck, pop that out, put a bit of dosage in, which is a liqueur we make out of sugar or fresh wine, whatever we think is going to make the wine look at its best at that stage. So we do that, cork it, and then it comes out to
ready to go.
Perfect product.
Thank you. Thanks for explaining the riddling system.